Well, here we go. The questions and answers that probably 25 of us have always wanted to know. How good are Chinese trumpets? Well, first off, let's just get it straight that brand does matter. If you've searched through countless forums or looked off the trumpeting page, you've noticed that there are very much some reputable brands that make very good quality controlled Chinese trumpets in China. We all know the Taiwanese are probably the best at cost effectiveness, but China always seems a little weird. Um, I know certain places, Awesome Custom Brass website will give you some reputable brands, or you know, just ask around and you'll find what you need. But anyway, this will be a review on the Grace Professional Gold, Satin Gold, whatever plated trumpet. I just bought off eBay. It was $998 shipped, and it said brandless at first, but thankfully someone pointed out that it actually was a Grace trumpet. I did notice that they had trumpets where they actually put the brand name on there, but this one didn't, and I don't know why they didn't give all the details, but let's go right into it. What came with was the case, which is actually a very good case. Brand name is Omi Beige. Well, however you pronounce it. Omebaige. Omi Beige. Obviously, also Chinese brand. If you use the QR code, it takes me to this website that looks like a 404 not found refresh page in Chinese. So I couldn't get to it, but you can get to their website. I mean, the English isn't perfect, but it seems like they really do make decent cases. I just wish you could buy directly from them. It seems that you kind of have to be a supplier of or a maker of trumpet and then endorse it or whatever. So it's a pretty good gig bag. It on the side here you get two compartments. One had the mouthpiece pouch and it comes with a 7C Megatone ripoff and white gloves, of course. They all come with white gloves, I guess, by this point. And finally, the polishing cloth. I didn't open any of that because, well, I'm telling you right now, I will return this and I'll explain why as we get into it. So it came in some plastic in a like a bag, kind of. Here's the trumpet. Get untangled. Here it is. You can see that. So when you first look at it, well, a few things come to my mind. First off, I'm like, wait, streamline design? Or they call it streamline. I'm like, that's either a Galileo Dolce or a Fides trumpet. But I guess that's just, just a design that they thought looked cool. And you look on the other side, instead of going down, it goes up like Emonet. I believe it was like the P3 that is like this, and I'm sure there's Adams, Taylors, I'm sure they all have done this at one point. So I mean, in general, it just looks cool. And the finish is different, if that'll focus. It's not like most gold satin finishes are scratched like what you see in like say Monet. Obviously, I'm sure this is a little cheaper, but still looks decent. What confuses me is how you can't tell, but it seems like some of these braces aren't all the way on it, but it is very secure. I noticed on the solder that it looks like whatever paint lacquer, or however, if this is actual gold, if it got on there, I'm actually curious as to how it got on there. And there's actually a flaw that I'll tell you about in a minute. Backside, let's see, you'll see a serial number, because usually these don't come with serial numbers or brand name stamped on them, in which I will also, at some point, I'll review this Chinese flugel, which actually was very good. I believe it was a Jimbao, but I'll get to that later. For now, I need to get this out of the way, because I will be returning it. Looking it over, there are imperfections. Let's find one. The first one I saw was right in there. Can you see that? right there. Just chipped off. So again, it kind of looks like raw brass underneath, so who knows what kind of coating this is. Likewise, man, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it, but there's a few spots where it seems kind of worn down. It's like there's like a small coating over the top of it maybe. But other than that, the finish is fine. Let's see. Alright, so here's the big things. I'll get to a playing test afterwards and I'll compare it. I just want to kind of get through this just to show you why I'll probably be returning it. When you look up here, look at the valves. Like, yeah, it's a trim kit, and I think they did really well until you look at the caps. Might be hard to see. Maybe I can get it level there. You're not going to be able to see it, but they don't fit correctly. And when I unscrewed it, the threading seemed to have the same exact, like, lacquer paint, whatever, on the threading. And I'm like, so it just got in the way when they were coating it? Well, they don't fit correctly on here. It's not that they necessarily aren't level like this way, but turned around like that. Maybe you can tell this way. Can you see it there? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But they're not even. And that, I mean, you're buying something new for $1,000. I mean, you'd want the quality to be spot on for some things like this. Like, it's like you're gonna hammer a nail in one swing, but you accidentally bend it on the first one, and then you're like, I'll just tap it in, done, right? I don't want to, like, that's just not the quality I'm looking for. Like, they do so many things right, and then they mess up like one little thing, or in this case two. If you cannot see in there probably, but I'll do my best. You'll have to believe me, but it does not port correctly. When I looked inside, and I was looking at like their Model valves, big whoop, but it's just not cut correctly. It's not, you know, some are straight, some are okay, some are good, some are not. I mean, other than that, it seems fine. It's just not precise enough. Like, I know you can't, like, yeah, you do something really good, but if you're not, you know, 100%, it's just not going to be the greatest. It's just going to be good. It's not going to be great, you know. Like, I almost hit the runway with the plane, but everybody's still dead. And something that really caught my eye was the padding. It's like something synthetic, but it's not felt. It's like some synthetic felt. It doesn't make sense to me. I've never seen that material. But, yeah, it doesn't port correctly. And I think I can kind of feel that happening. Very heavy trumpet. So I guess they weren't lying about heavy gauge Germany brass. I'm pretty sure it's just yellow brass, but very heavy trumpet. And it shows when you're playing it, especially, I guess, however much the trim kit weighs. I don't think it can sound dark, but I don't think that's because of the weight, obviously. I think it's just more the diameters and any measurements on the horn. But it does slot fairly well, actually. Took me a while to get used to it. Since it's more heavyweight, I mean, you kind of get the feedback out here, not so much here, because that's a really heavy, it's a heavy bell in general. You can see the finish in there. Did a pretty good job with that. Let's see what else we need to go about. I mean, other than that, it's pretty straightforward. I guess I'll just do some playing comparison tests, and I'll give you my final thoughts.